The NXL Atlantic City Open, May 2nd through 4th, is just around the corner. So, this week on Old Guy Paintball, we're going to talk about that tournament. Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. Yes, at the time I'm doing this, we're about a week out from the NXL Atlantic City Open. It's usually held a little later in the summer, but with the scheduling, they moved it up to May. This is going to be another interesting event. At this point, I have not heard or seen a field layout drop per se. And as I talked about a couple weeks ago, the brackets have been released and we're going to talk about that. It looks like it's going to be another really good tournament. First of all, I'll say this. You look at the brackets, and like I said a couple weeks ago, the brackets are pretty well, I think, balanced out. Group A is Paintball Fit, AC Diesel, San Antonio X Factor, Infamous, and NRG Elite. Group B is Dynasty, Houston Heat, Aftershock, Arsenal, and New York Extreme. Group C is Edmonton Impact, Damage, Hurricanes, Tauntaun, and Leverage, one of the newer teams. And Group D has Russian or Red Legion, Uprising, Ironmen, Royal City Sea Dogs, another team that was moved up, and Aftermath. Again, when you look across this board, fairly even divisions. I know some people think Group B is going to be tough with Dynasty and Heat, and possibly maybe one of Aftershock or Arsenal stepping up. Group C also might be a little challenging with Impact, Damage. The Hurricanes can always be good, and you never know if the Tauntauns will step up or not. But with that being said, I think it's going to be a good tournament. I see it going very similar to the first tournament. Paintball Fit right now doing really well. A lot of teams have been practicing and scrimmaging against each other. So overall, I think that a lot of teams will be better off and ready to go this time. I think a lot of it's going to come down to several things. How the layout falls out, and do you have a veteran or more experienced squad that can figure it out quicker than someone else? And of course, always weather. You never know what the weather's going to be, and that can have a huge impact on how the games play out and how things would go between Friday and Saturday, depending on what would happen. But overall, yes, Fit, Dynasty, Impact, and Legion should all be, as usual, tough teams. They should easily go 3-1, if not 4-0. I don't see them not being super competitive. Diesel, Heat, Damage, and Uprising. And then in the third tier, X Factor, Aftershock, Hurricanes, and Ironmen. You know, those teams there, they could go 2-2, 3-1. You know, it's hard to say. You just don't know who's going to step up or falter. And, you know, in that situation, you always have the unforeseen injury. If that would happen, yeah, that could have a play out, how things go. And in the bottom, I think we're going to see the typical of some teams, the lower end teams, maybe struggling. Very possibly you could see some more teams go 0-4 or 1-3. And, you know, it's probably going to happen again. But I look forward to really a competitive tournament. I think that paintball is starting to get a little bit of a balance to it. Also to the situation where on any given tournament, any team can win. That's good for paintball. That makes it interesting. You know, Paintball Fit is kind of like the new kids on the block. They're stepping up, they're showing their moxie, and they're getting it done. And you still have, you know, Dynasty and Legion and Heat, veteran teams that, you know, never count them out. You never know when they're going to just step up and take a run. Legion did it last year and won back-to-back tournaments. So you never know who's going to step up at that moment and shine. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a really, you know, decent event. And you know, I wish I could go to it and watch it in person, but you know, things have happened this year that won't allow that to play out. But I'm interested to see what you all think. I mean, it looks pretty good, and it's a tough one to pick. I mean, so if you have an idea, leave a comment in the section down below who you think is your front runner for the team, and who do you think's a sleeper, and that might sneak in onto the Sunday crowd. And you know, I just want to let everybody know that it's a little windy out here, but it's a nice spring day, so I thought I'd get outside and record, so I hope the wind hasn't caused too much of a problem. And I was also hoping to get some video up this week of me playing paintball and on the field, but this past weekend the weather was kind of and it was really heavy rainy, and I didn't feel like going out and wallowing around in a ton of mud and rain, so that's going to have to wait for a few more weeks. But yeah, we're getting ready to get it back out there, hit those fields, get some action. I'm really looking forward to getting my cameras, my barrel cams out and recording some on-field action. One of the fields I have this year has an airfield. I'm excited about getting out there and getting some video on that. So with that, I thank everyone for your support. Please remember to hit that like and subscribe if you like these videos, and I'll see all of you on the paintball field soon.